Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a haul video for you guys. So as you guys know, I've done a lot of Korean beauty hauls over on this channel. Today's haul is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a US beauty haul. So basically I got a bunch of beauty products shipped in from the United States using ShopandBox. So if you don't know what ShopandBox is, I do have a blog post about them over at my blog. So if you're interested to know more about them and the different charges that they charge, the link will be down in the description box below. I'm also going to be including a couple of items that I got from Sephora Singapore, which technically you can get from Sephora in the United States. So to make my life easier, I'm just going to call everything my US haul. So I do have quite a number of products to share, so without further ado, let's begin. So I'm just going to start off with eyeshadow palettes because those are my favorites. So the very first eyeshadow palette I've got is the Lorac Pro Palette 3, and this is the third addition to the Lorac Pro Palette. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but I do love my Lorac Pro Palette a lot. I've been featuring it in so many of my makeup videos, and it is the one palette that I've always been going back to again and again. I love it so much I actually featured it into two favorites video. I think that is the first ever product I've ever featured twice in a favorites video. So the packaging of this eyeshadow palette is pretty much the same as the Lorac Pro palette, just that it is in this nude color instead of black. And I actually really like the packaging because it's very sturdy, and although it looks really white, it's really slim. So a lot of people might think that this palette is not exactly a very good palette to travel with or to bring out, but I actually really like bringing my Lorac Pro palette out because even though it's very white, it's also very thin and slim. So what I like to do is I like to put it right at the bottom of my bag or at the side, so it acts like the base of the bag, so you don't actually even notice it's there because it's just really flat. It is also not made up of any sort of breakable material, so you don't really have to worry about breaking your palette when you bring it out. So moving on to the shades, as usual it has 8 matte shades at the top row and 8 shimmery shades at the bottom row. I really like how the matte and shimmery shades are equal, so you get like an equal portion of both. So I'm the kind of person who likes to use the browns and golds and bronze and berry tones, pink tones, and like orangey tones sort of eyeshadows. So I feel like this one really has a lot of shades that I'll definitely use. So looking at the palette like this, I'll definitely use all of this and maybe not so much of these two darker colors because I tend to stay away from blacks and sort of colors that are a little bit more cool tone, like blue and like silvery black and stuff. So I'll definitely use the rest, and I feel like my favorite shade would definitely be the Cool Taupe. It is essentially a light brown shade, but it's in a cool tone, which means it doesn't have the orangey undertones to the brown. So I think it's a really good shade to contour your nose and to do overall shading to your face. And I also like the shade Clay, which is a slightly more orangey brown, which I think is good for contouring or giving definitions to your eyes. In general, I really like shimmer shades for my eyeshadows, so I feel like I really like all the shimmer shades available. My favorite one probably would be Rose Bronze because I have it on right now. The rest I haven't tried, but yes, looking at it, I really like pretty much all the colors. So I have swatched the eyeshadows, and as usual they are of really good quality. One thing about Lorac Pro eyeshadows is that I think they are pretty loosely packed, so be careful not to take too much on your brush, otherwise it'll have a lot of fallouts all over your face. So when I got the Lorac Pro palette, as usual it came with the eyeshadow primer sample. I also got another free gift from Lorac, which is this black eye pencil from Lorac Pro. This is the front of the line eye pencil, and it looks quite nice actually. It's like silver and black, and it's very small, which is good for bringing outside. So the next eyeshadow palette I've got is the Modern Renaissance eyeshadow from Anastasia, and this eyeshadow came in this velvety soft suede material that is pink in color. And apart from the different material used for the packaging, I feel like there's nothing really impressive about the packaging overall. The font for the Modern Renaissance is pretty boring, and at the back where it has all the information about the eyeshadows are pretty much just printed on a piece of sticker and then just stuck to the back. I am also not exactly a fan of the whole velvety thing because I cannot imagine if I were to drop something liquidy on it, like it will never clean away. So here are the shades. It has a mixture of matte and shimmery shades. As usual, I love the shimmery shade. They're actually of really good quality as well, especially the shimmery ones. They are very pigmented and they are very smooth to touch as well. So my favorite shades are probably the reds and the orangey ones because I feel like they look really special and I'm really excited to try them out. Of course, I really like these two shimmer shades. They're really pretty as well. I feel like this one here is really special. It's a orangey shade, which I've never used before, but I feel like I can try and make some looks with it, and it looks really suitable for fall and autumn. It looks like autumn leaves. So I think this is really nice, and overall I feel like the colors are really the kinds that I will like. So this eyeshadow palette also comes with a double-sided eyeshadow brush, which looks really unimpressive. It just looks really not dense and like a little bit flimsy, so I don't think I'll be using this. Like, I really like the eyeshadow brush that came with all the Urban Decay eyeshadows, but this one is really disappointing and I don't think I'll be using this. I feel like I'll be better off with some other eyeshadow brush. So the last eyeshadow palette I've got is the BH Cosmetic and Carli Bybel collaboration palette. So this is called the Carli Bybel palette. And if you don't know who Carli Bybel is, she is a YouTuber and I've been subscribed to her even before she released this palette. So when I saw her release this palette, I really wanted to get it, but it wasn't available here. So since I was getting things from the United States, I thought I would get this as well. It is a very affordable eyeshadow palette, including everything, all the shipping charges and service charges and everything. This palette only costs like $25, so it's really worth it. So this is a 14 color eyeshadow and highlighter palette. So it has a mixture of eyeshadows and highlighter, and it looks like this. It's really pretty and the shades are just the kind that I will wear and I like. I've used this palette. I'm really impressed with the quality. It is extremely pigmented and of high quality. So for this palette, there's also a mixture of shimmery shades and matte shades, but more shimmery shades, I guess, because of the highlighters. So for the matte shades, it's basically these couple of colors here which are like berry tone, and this one is like a cream yellowish powder that's matte, which is, I guess, good for setting some of your eye makeup, I guess, setting your eye makeup, setting your under eye concealer or whatsoever. So yes, the highlighters were extremely pigmented. It was unbelievable. So I really like this palette. It's really worth the money. So if you're getting things shipped in from the United States, or if you're going there, make sure to check this palette out because it's so worth it. So now that we're done with eyeshadow palettes, let's move on to face palettes. So the face palette that I got is the Becca and Jaclyn Hue Champagne Collection face palette, and I'm pretty sure you guys have already seen this in a couple of my vlogs. I've even done a makeup look based on this face palette. So ever since I've got it, which is probably the beginning of July, I have been using it non-stop, and it's pretty much the only like face palette and bronzer and blushes and highlighters that I've been using so far. So this palette comes with 3 blush shades and 2 highlighter shades. So I've been using the middle blush shade as a contour and shading color for the sides of my face. I feel like it adds not a very defined contour but more of a subtle shading effect, which I think is really nice. It's sort of have that really beachy bronze summer look, which I really am into right now. And I've been also using this blush shade here as my blusher. This is a rosy shade with gold shimmers in it, and I've been using both highlighters because both are really nice. So I've been using this palette a lot. I think it's really worth it if you're looking for a good face palette. So next I have a concealer palette. This is the NYX Color Correcting Concealer Palette. So it basically contains 6 different colors of concealer. to conceal different parts of your face. So I basically saw Pony using them and I was sold. I'm like, I had to get it. I've used a couple of the shades. I used the lavender one, the green one, and this sort of skin tone color to conceal like any spots and my dark eye circles and everything. So this concealer actually have really good coverage and they're very thick and pasty. So make sure you don't put too much, otherwise they can be a little bit difficult to blend and you'll look fully purple-ish or greenish, you know, when you're trying to color correct. So just put a little bit. So next I have a brow pencil. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Brunette. So this is a dupe of the Anastasia Browies. So it's basically a very thin eyebrow pencil. So I really like it. I've been using it a lot. It's pretty much the only brow pencil I've been using, and I've used it in a couple of videos, so you can check that out. It just makes drawing brows a lot easier. I feel like after I started using this brow pencil, my brows look a lot more neater and a lot more nicer compared to before, and I don't think it's my skills that has improved. It's definitely the product that is good. Next I got a eyeliner from Kat Von D. This is her tattoo liner in Matte Max Brown. So I didn't plan on getting this, but I found out that they have it in brown, so I had to get it and I got it, and I love it because it is a very thin felt tip eyeliner. So if you like to draw really thin eyeliners or very sharp tip wing eyeliners, then this is definitely one to try out because it can draw really thin strokes. It's also really pigmented, so you don't have to go over again and again, just one stroke will do it. It's also really long lasting because I've worn this for the entire day, like from 7 AM to 11 PM, and my eyeliner is still looking really good and it doesn't like fade or sort of cracked or disappear in some areas or anything, so it's really long lasting. So last of all, we're moving on to lip products. So I have 6 lip products here, 5 of which are liquid lipsticks. So they look pretty similar in shade, so I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. I'm not gonna describe the shade because they really look very similar, so it would be impossible to describe them really distinctively. I might try, but I'm not sure. So first of all, I got the NYX Lingerie Liquid Lipstick in the shade number 12, Exotic. So this is the only one in the lingerie range that has hints of pink in it. The rest are pretty nude and brownish tones. I feel like I can never really pull off totally nude lip products, so I had to get the one with a little pink tones in it. So I got this. It's kind of like a brownish, nudish pink. It's not very bright or loud or anything. It's pretty natural looking, which I really like. So I swatched this product and I feel like it's not really pigmented. Like you can definitely build 2 layers, 3 layers, whatever, but for 1 layer it's definitely not super pigmented or anything like the rest of the other lip products that I will be talking about. So next I've got the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade Double Dare. So I'm pretty sure this is a popular shade to pick because it was out of stock for quite a while, and then I got it on the day itself when it was back in stock. So yes, I got the Double Dare shade and I have it on my lips right now. I love it a lot. I only put 1 layer of it and it went on pretty easily. It's very pigmented, it's not very difficult to apply. The applicator is very easy and smooth to apply as well. So although it looks really thin and it looks like it doesn't have much product inside compared to the NYX Lingerie, which is fatter and it looks like it has a lot of products inside, apparently this one has more products. This one has 6.6 milliliters and this one has 4 milliliters. So this one has 2.6 milliliters more products than this one, mattes. So next I've got these lip products from Milani, and these are the Amore Matte Lip Cream from Milani. So these are matte and liquid lipsticks. So I've got 3 shades which look awfully similar. So the first shade I got is number 11 and it's called Precious. So this is more of a pinky, natural looking shade. So it's not really bright pink, but it's more pinky tone than the previous few that I've showed you guys that are a little bit more mixed with brown tones. So this is like a pure pink lip cream. The second shade is number 12 and it's called Love. So this one is similar to the NYX Lingerie one and the Kat Von D one. So it's kind of similar to whatever I'm having on my lips right now. And the last shade is this one and it's number 25. It's called Allure. So this is more of a hot pink color. So it's not really a super bright pink, but it's definitely brighter than the rest that I've shown you guys. So I swatched these products out and they are really pigmented and very smooth to apply. Definitely a lot thicker than the one from NYX. All these lip creams also smell really nice. They smell like vanilla cake, so it's really nice. So the last lip product is from Tarte and it is from their Lippy Lingerie collection. So this one is a matte lip tint, so it's like a crayon type of product instead of a liquid one. So I got this in the shade Bear, which is a brownish, nudish pink color. So it's not really pink, but it's more of a brownish lip tint which has pink like tones in it, but it's very subtle. But I think it's like 90 or 80% brown and 20% pink. So that's all for my US beauty haul. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye!